Welcome to the Manchester United versus Fulham preview with myself, Nathan Ellington, and Lee Ellington. We're ready to give our match predictions, our match reaction. Well, the reaction to the starting lineup. Let's see. What do you think, Lee? We got the starting team lineup there at the bottom, running along the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, I see that. I see. Look,
see a few changes there.
The guy looks like he's come in, which is really interesting. It'd be interesting to see if he sticks with that now and plays De Gea all the way through and into the UEFA Cup final. And he's still stuck with Freddie McTominay, which is a strange one. I don't know the reasoning behind that. What do you think?
To be honest with that, I think that's the best we've got. I don't think we can do any better with what we've got defensively. And like I said, we're always going to need that until we get that new player in. I don't see anyone that he can bring in there to be a defensive midfielder to do the jobs that they do defensively. Forget about the on the ball, because we know we need a bit more quality. And I would have liked to have seen, someone like Van der Beek get in there, but I don't think he wants them kind of players in there at the moment. He wants to have that extra defensive cover. And with what we've got, I think that's probably the only two in there that I'd pick with the team that we've got at the minute, to be honest. Just based on results that we've had, based on being solid at the back against all these teams. When we have gone without these two at the centre midfield spot, we've just been more open than ever. And obviously against Liverpool, we kind of we were open anyway. But I think that's the best we're gonna have this season with the defensive side to it, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I just would have liked to have seen them open up a little bit more, maybe, and gone and had a real good go tonight and tried to get some goals and win the game, But like you say, you still need that protection in front of the back four, and obviously little makeshift two centre halves again.
Yeah,
but I am pleased he brought De Gea back in, as I say, and I think the rest takes care of itself. I just think I need to see a performance tonight where you don't want to end this season on a low, going into that cup final. You don't want to be like a Chelsea are at the moment. They're struggling, they're stuttering along. I think we need to go and hit some form now in the next two games to get some results, to go into that final and then hopefully be really strong in it and get the win.
Yeah, well, saying that, I was looking at Tuanzebe just included in there for Bailly. So it looks like he's testing out one of the two to see which one he wants to use for that European final as well. And then, like I said, De Gea, I think he deserves to come back in after the kind of performance that we saw against Liverpool from Henderson. So, it kind of given him a bit of doubts and thought, you know what, let me go with De Gea again, who's tried and tested. Tuanzebe, let's see how he can do. And I think he's obviously put Greenwood in because if he's been on form, you can't blame him for putting Rashford on the bench for now, because he's not been the best on the right. And he's not going to play on the left because Pogba's there. So, it just makes sense for him to pick the team that is going to be best for the job. And as much as I'd like to see us go more attacking, I just know we just won't be able to do it. We just won't be able to do it. We've seen it a few times this season. It just never works out. And I think Ollie's been the guy who's been, you know what, let me be as safe as I can while my job my job will get in a bit of, in the balance the minute I lose a game. So let me just stick to what I know is going to be the most defensive and still give a good output in the attack. So that's the way I see it. But in terms of how you see it playing out then, with the way you see the team playing now, and how Fulham line up and how they've been pretty expansive but not really getting the results. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Fulham are like that. I think they play the right way. I think Scotty Parker's done very well there, actually, and disappointed he's not going to be in the league next year, because I think he's a real good up and coming manager. Talks really well. But I think it's got to be Man United's game tonight. I think they've got to take the game to them. They've got to attack. They've got to be attack-minded. I think they've got to go and show a little bit more than they showed the other night. I think they were poor, especially at times going forward. They could have finished at Liverpool off at times, had a couple of chances there. So I think they've got to go be ruthless tonight. But I want to see them try and keep a clean sheet as well and make sure they're not conceding defensively, because it is a worry without Maguire. We've said this last week. Said it twice last week. It is a worry. So who's going to go and step up? It's an opportunity for someone now to step up and go, no, listen, I'm the right man to play alongside him when he's fit. and that's the the chance they've got tonight. Um, Listen, I still go back to the two in midfield. I would have just like maybe dropped Pogba in there tonight and put Rashford out one side. I know it's
Yeah.
been expansive both ends, but I just feel then you've got so much going forward. The minute Fulham come out, you can really go and hurt them. And Fulham might be a bit different tonight. They might come and sit in and have try and hit us on the counter attack, a bit like what Liverpool done in the end the other night. So it'd be interesting to see how it goes. But look, even with the team they've got out tonight, I expect a Man United victory. I expect goals in it. I would just like to see a clean sheet that comes along with that. What about yourself?
Yeah, to be fair, it's a strong enough team to go and win the game. I think we'll have enough to hurt them, and we'll have enough to stop them scoring as well. We've got to redeem ourselves. It's just as you said, that game against Liverpool. It's just something that we've got to make right now. Otherwise, you're on that slippery slide to playing bad towards the end of the season and ending on a sour note. We've got to end this season on a high note and win this Europa Cup final and win these last games and not stumble to second spot. We need to show people that we deserve to be in second spot. We're not just going to get it because other teams have not done well. We need to get it because we're going to win these last few games in the season. So for me, we should dominate the game. They are a good side in terms of when I've watched them. I'm very surprised at where they are in the league. To be fair, when I watch them, I think, wow, these guys look dangerous. Like they've got some, and then they always seem to not win their games. So, it's one of them things where it's that little bit of extra experience that they need, which they don't have. So we should be able to, to take advantage of that. And you've got again, you've got people. You got Paul here in the comments here saying that he would like to have seen not the players not starting in Europa. The people who are going to be starting in Europa. I think it's a bit too early for that. I think they've got enough time to rest in between games. And he's saying
I think
Pogba
that's
shouldn't be
dangerous
playing.
as well. I think that's dangerous as well, Nath, as well, because you start leaving people out. I think we've all been there before, especially the player. I remember when I was playing, we got to the playoffs, and the team that hit the form towards the end of the season were playing week in, week out. Were the ones who actually went on and done really well. The ones who then in the playoffs early, or the ones that are resting players, you lose that continuity. So I think the right thing to do is to go as strong as they can. I think they have to start scoring and winning, and finishing the season on the high.
Yeah, to be fair, when I played, I didn't mind the Saturday, Tuesday. It wasn't a problem. And it's not like you had enough time to recover. The ones that are struggling is when you're on a Monday, Wednesday, that's a tough one. But Saturday, Tuesdays, it should be okay for any player. Like you hear Bruno saying, look, I'll not get tired and I don't want to rest. You shouldn't need to rest. Players can handle 2 games a week. And obviously every now and again, it's 1 game a week. So I don't think there's any danger of that. And you can't say, they might get injured. That's just part and parcel of football, so you don't want to even go into games thinking like that. But, right. So as for looking at what's your prediction for the goal scorers and the score?
You want me to go first?
Yeah, I haven't thought of mine yet, so I'm waiting for you.
3-0 Man United. And I'm going Cavani, Fernandes, and Greenwood.
Okay, 3-0 United. Okay. I'm going to go with... I'm not going with 3-0. I'm not going with a nil. Man United are just... they're not the nil team right now. They're not the clean sheet team right now. So I'm going with a 3-1. I'm going with a 3-1. Okay. I think they'll get the first goal, as they always do. Every team that plays us pretty much. And then we'll come back and then we'll get our 3. The goal scorers, I've got Bruno nailed on every game. I'm going to put Bruno in, I think. Then I've got Rashi coming off the bench to get his goal. And I think Greenwood will get another one as well. So I think Greenwood will get one. So that's my 3. And I've got Kate saying 4-0. I've got Kate saying 4-0.
Good shout.
That's not bad. It's not out of the question. We are capable of doing it. So yeah. And then you've got Luke saying it seriously think about giving Greenwood more game time now. I thought he was getting a lot of game time. He's played nearly every game. So, I think he's done so well first half of the season pretty quiet, but then he's come right into it and got into form at the perfect time. So let's hope he can continue it and keep it going. So obviously at the end of the game, we'll have Kieran coming on to give the review. I'm doing my coaching, and Lee's got a small game going
I'm
on.
out of retirement.
So yeah, we won't be there for the review, but we'll be definitely watching. I'll be watching the game. I might give a little review tomorrow or something and upload it as well. But for now, guys, obviously have a good one. We've got Kate before we move. Let's see what Kate's got here. Greenwood 2, Cavani 1, and Fernandez probably a pen.
It's a good shout. It's a good shout.
As always, a pen's always a good shout for United this season as well. But yeah, with that being said, that's perfect. Almost time. Obviously, we got 30 minutes, 35 minutes or so till the game. So let's get prepared. Let's get ready. And all the best for your game, Lee, as well.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much.
And, no problem. And then we'll see you after the match, or we'll see you on the next game. See you guys.
Cheers, mate.
Peace.